Welcome, team! Today, we're venturing deep into Russia, a land of extremes, far beyond the headlines and stereotypes. We'll explore not just the sights, but the survival, adaptation, and spirit that define life here. This is about connecting with the real Russia, its resilience, traditions, and the everyday realities of its people. Let's get started. Russia's scale is staggering. It spans 11 time zones, making coordination a daily challenge. From subtropical Black Sea beaches to the frozen Arctic tundra, the landscape is wildly diverse. The taiga, the world's largest forest, stretches endlessly, while the Ural Mountains divide Europe and Asia. In the east, Kamchatka's volcanoes rise from a land of fire and ice. Geography here isn't just scenery, it shapes life, culture, and the Russian mindset. Traveling across Russia means witnessing dramatic shifts in climate and terrain. The vastness breeds both isolation and fierce independence. Life is a constant negotiation with nature's extremes. The emptiness between cities is immense, forging a unique sense of self-reliance. This land is both a formidable opponent and a breathtaking partner. To understand Russia, you must feel its scale and the power of its wild spaces. Here, nature is always the main character. The story of Russia is written in its geography. The Russian winter is legendary. Siberia's cold can freeze boiling water mid-air. In Oymyakon, the world's coldest inhabited place, life adapts or fails. Cars run non-stop to avoid frozen engines. Homes are built on stilts to protect the permafrost. Children attend school until temperatures drop below -52°C. Survival here means layers of fur hats and felt boots. Practicality over fashion. The cold forges resilience and a deep sense of community. Helping a stranded traveler is an unwritten rule. Lives depend on it. The climate demands toughness, but it also unites people. Endurance and cooperation are essential. The freeze is a harsh teacher, but it shapes a uniquely strong spirit. In Russia, the cold is not just weather, it's a way of life, and it survived together. Russian life is rich with traditions, from Maslenitsa's pancake feasts to the magic of New Year's Eve. Rituals like burning Lady Winter or making midnight wishes connect people to the past and each other. Superstitions, never whistling indoors odd numbers of flowers, are taken seriously. These customs mark time, reinforce community, and reveal a playful, spiritual side of Russia. Festivals and folklore are the heartbeat of the culture. They show a Russia far more vibrant than its cold exterior suggests. The Russian Orthodox Church is the nation's spiritual anchor. After Soviet suppression, its golden domes now symbolize a reclaimed identity. Services are immersive, standing for hours, incense, icons, and deep reverence. The church shapes major life events and national holidays, especially Easter. Even non-believers see it as a guardian of culture and tradition. Faith here is both personal and collective, a fortress through turmoil. The church is the soul of Russia, enduring, resilient, and ever-present. Family is the core of Russian life, often spanning generations under one roof. The babushka is the heart of the home, holding everything together. Hospitality is sacred, guests are treated with warmth and generosity. Refusing food or drink is unthinkable. It's a sign of respect to accept. House slippers mark your entry into the private world of the home. Conversations run deep, fueled by tea or vodka. In harsh environments, human connection is survival. Once welcomed, your family. Russia is a nation of contrasts. Modern cities like Moscow and St. Petersburg versus the rural heartland. Urban centers pulse with energy, technology, and ambition. Just outside, rural villages rely on self-sufficiency and tight-knit communities. Life in the countryside is slower, harder, and deeply connected to nature. The divide between city and village shapes dreams, opportunities, and culture. This duality defines modern Russia, one foot in the future, one in tradition. Understanding this split is key to understanding the nation. Russia is not one world, but two, side by side. Soviet architecture dominates every Russian city, endless concrete blocks, built for function over beauty. These Khrushchevkas may look bleak, but inside, life thrives. Courtyards become social hubs, fostering community amid uniformity. Monumental structures like the Seven Sisters and ornate metro stations project power and awe. For some, these buildings are grim reminders. For others, symbols of unity and achievement. Today, a new generation finds unique beauty in this concrete legacy. Love it or hate it, Soviet architecture is cemented into Russia's identity. The past is always present in stone and steel. Literature and the arts are the soul of Russia. Names like Tolstoy, Dostoevsky, and Pushkin are national treasures. Poetry and novels are quoted, debated, and lived. Theaters like the Bolshoi and Mariinsky are cultural temples. Ballet and opera are sources of pride. Museums brim with masterpieces, and statues of writers grace city parks. Art here is a way to explore life's deepest questions. Under Soviet rule, art became resistance. Words had power. The written word is sacred, a tool for truth and memory. Russians value depth, intellect, and emotion in their culture. The arts reveal a nation of thinkers and passionate souls. Creativity is survival and pride. Daily life in Russia is a test of endurance. Bureaucracy is legendary, and economic disparity is stark. Many juggle multiple jobs, grow their own food, and fix what they can't afford to replace. Humor is a survival tool. Dark jokes help people cope with hardship. Russians endure with patience, resilience, and a refusal to give up. Complaints and jokes aside, they persist through every challenge. This quiet strength is the nation's backbone. Life is tough, but so are the people. Endurance is the Russian way. The Dakha is Russia's escape, a simple country house, a patch of freedom outside the city. Every weekend, families flee urban stress for their dakhas, tending gardens and reconnecting with nature. Homegrown food is a source of pride and survival. Harvesting and preserving are cherished rituals. The Dakha is about family, bonfires, and late-night conversations. It's not luxury, it's essential for mental and spiritual well-being. Here, Russians find peace and freedom. The Dakha is where the soul breathes. The banya is Russia's ritual of purification, a steamy, intense sauna experience. Inside, temperatures soar, steam fills the air. The venik, a bundle of birch branches, is used to massage and invigorate. After the heat, a plunge into icy water shocks the system and revives the spirit. The cycle repeats, leaving you exhilarated. The banya is deeply social. Friends gather, talk, and bond. Status is left at the door. Everyone is equal in the steam. Deals are made, friendships forged. It's more than cleansing. It's a cultural institution. The banya is where body and spirit are renewed. Russian cuisine is hearty, diverse, and shaped by necessity. Borscht, pelmeni, and blini are staples. Each family has its own recipes. Meals are about comfort, sustenance, and tradition. Pickled foods and preserved vegetables are essential for winter survival. Food tells the story of the land, resourceful, flavorful, and soulful. Sharing a meal is sharing history. To eat here is to taste Russia itself. Russia's wilderness is vast and untamed, home to bears, wolves, lynx, and the rare Siberian tiger. The taiga is larger than the US, a realm where nature rules. Lake Baikal, the world's deepest lake, is a unique ecosystem. Wild places are both paradise and peril, demanding respect. The wilderness shapes the Russian psyche, pride, humility, and awe. Even in cities, the wild is never far away. Nature is a constant presence, powerful and unpredictable. The sleeping bear is always near. Recent global events have isolated Russia, changing daily life dramatically. Sanctions and political tensions have emptied stores and raised prices. People adapt, finding local alternatives and relying on resourcefulness. Travel is restricted. Digital barriers have risen. There's uncertainty, but also a turn inward. Family and community matter more than ever. Russians carry on, focusing on what they can control. National identity grows stronger in adversity. It's another test of resilience for a nation used to hardship. The Russian spirit is unbreakable, hardened by hardship, warmed by deep emotion. Resilience is second nature. Survival is a point of pride. Beneath a reserved exterior lies loyalty, generosity, and soulfulness. Genuine connection matters more than small talk. The dusha, the Russian soul, is a mix of melancholy, passion, and hope. Contradictions abound, tough yet sensitive, cynical yet warm. To understand Russia is to embrace these paradoxes. At its heart is a spirit that endures no matter what. Our journey through Russia ends here, but understanding never stops. We've seen resilience, tradition, and the human side of this vast nation. If this story moved you, join our crew, subscribe, and become part of our community of explorers. Your support keeps these stories alive and ad-free. There are more journeys ahead, more cultures to discover. Stay curious, stay adventurous. See you on the next expedition.